Hi everyone, this is Ted Schafran again, founder and president of Connectability, here with another cybersecurity tip. And today I want to talk to you about IoT. That's the Internet of Things. Now I know that sounds kind of vague, so let me see if I can define it a little more clearly. What we mean when we talk about the Internet of Things are devices that are connected to the Internet but are not computers. For example, that smart thermostat in your hallway, the one that you can program with your smartphone, or maybe you can turn the lights in your house on and off from your phone, just like in that commercial, or unlock the front door remotely when your kids forget their keys. Those are just a few examples. Today, the IoT is everywhere. It's in our kitchens, our cars, our offices, and even our bedrooms. Internet-connected devices are impacting every area of our lives, whether it's health, energy efficiency, convenience, or cost reduction. These devices have plenty of benefits and many applications. But, like all technologies, there are also risks, the biggest being security. Imagine this. You go away on your long-awaited vacation for 2 weeks. In the meantime, a hacker has remotely disabled your alarm system and unlocked your front door. Then he pulls up in a moving truck and empties your house. Or maybe he's just malicious and he thinks it would be fun to turn off your heating system and let all of your pipes burst. Now that's a very personal example, but more and more businesses are equally susceptible with internet-connected security systems and door locks. And here's an even more terrifying thought. More and more cars are being connected to the internet. There have already been demonstrations of hackers attacking cars and shutting down their engines, or even worse. Now, I'm certainly not telling you this so that you'll avoid the Internet of Things. The fact is that it's become so common that doing that would be almost impossible. But you do need to be aware of the risks associated with Internet-connected devices. And so on that note, here are 5 things to think about. Number 1, I've mentioned this before, but the biggest risk is using easy-to-guess passwords, or even worse, using the same password for everything. Make sure you select difficult passwords, don't use the same password for everything, and change your password periodically. Number 2, if you're controlling IoT devices from your smartphone, make certain that phone has a screen lock on it, ideally using your fingerprint or some other biometric security. Otherwise, if your phone falls into the wrong hands, whoever finds it can control your digital life. Number 3, if at all possible, use two-factor authentication when connecting to IoT devices. Doing that will make it impossible for a hacker to control your devices unless he actually has possession of your mobile phone. Number 4, patching. The security landscape is constantly changing, and when the people who create these devices do so, they're not perfect. So while that shiny new smart thermostat may have been state-of-the-art when you bought it, 2 years later, it may have all kinds of security holes. Now, as soon as they become aware of those holes, most companies will create patches to fix them. But if you don't apply those patches, you're still vulnerable. Now, the good news is that most IoT devices will automatically install those updates. But you can't rely on that. Before you invest in this technology, make sure the manufacturer is committed to keeping you safe. And finally, number 5, the life cycle of your products. Most people are used to upgrading their computers every 3 to 5 years. But you might use a smart thermostat for 10 years or longer. And while it may continue to function perfectly, it's still worth learning whether or not that device is competitive with more modern devices, and that means from the perspective of both security and functionality. We don't expect our computers to last that long, and very few people will keep the same car for 10 years. So just because it's still working, don't assume that your IoT device is up to current standards. So that's all for today, but please stay tuned for more videos. And if you have any questions about today's content, or you'd just like to discuss cybersecurity in general, please feel free to check out our website or give us a call. If you liked what you heard, please don't forget to like this video and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And finally, As always, we are dedicated to your success.